Think you know about world records? The tallest human? The fastest runner? Boring. What if I told you there's a man who can balance 88 spoons on his body at once? Or a goat that can skateboard over 100 feet? Stick around, because I'm about to blow your mind with the strangest, most unbelievable world records that somehow made it into the official books. Ones I guarantee you've never heard of before. You might be thinking, there's no way these are real. Trust me, I couldn't make these up if I tried. Every single record I'm about to share has been officially verified by Guinness World Records. And the first one is absolutely wild. Let's talk about Abolfazl Saber Mokhtari from Iran. This guy doesn't just balance a few spoons. He managed to balance an astounding 88 spoons on different parts of his body. And this wasn't even his first attempt. He previously held the record with 85 spoons and decided that wasn't quite enough. Just imagine the concentration needed to keep 88 metal objects perfectly still on your skin without them falling. I've dropped a spoon trying to eat cereal. This man is on another level entirely. But that's just the beginning. Have you ever tried to stick a soda can to your head? Probably not, because why would you? Well, a guy named Jamie discovered he had this strange ability when he was just 7 years old. Years later, after shaving his head and attending a baseball game, he pressed a cold can against his scalp to cool down and was shocked when it stuck there. Fast forward, and he now holds the record for having 10 cans simultaneously stuck to his head using nothing but air suction. Each can had to stay in place for at least 5 seconds. Talk about a headache. Now, you might remember swinging as a kid. Fun for a few minutes, right? Richard Scott from the UK took that childhood joy to the extreme by setting the record for the longest marathon on a swing. An incredible 36 hours and 32 minutes of continuous swinging. Think about that. That's longer than most people stay awake, let alone doing the same repetitive motion. The best part? He actually met his girlfriend during this record attempt. Talk about finding love in a hopeless place. If you're still watching, you must be as fascinated by these bizarre achievements as I am. And we're just getting started. Let's shift from unusual skills to mind-boggling collections. Charlotte Lee from the United States holds the record for the largest collection of rubber ducks. As of 2011, she had 5,631 different rubber ducks. But some sources suggest her collection has grown to over 10,000 ducks today. Can you imagine dedicating an entire room of your house just to rubber ducks? That's commitment to a cause. For all the 90s kids out there, how about this? Stephen Leck has amassed over 11,000 pieces of Smurf memorabilia. That's right. Those little blue characters have inspired one of the largest collections of pop culture items ever documented. But I bet you're thinking rubber ducks and Smurfs at least make sense as collectibles. What about traffic cones? David Morgan apparently thought they were worth collecting, amassing 137 different varieties and even creating a traffic cone-themed garden. I've never looked at a traffic cone and thought, I need to own that. But to each their own. Now, I know what you're thinking. Surely humans aren't the only ones setting bizarre records. You're absolutely right. Animals have gotten in on the action too, and their achievements might be even more impressive. Consider Happy the goat, who holds the record for the longest distance skateboarding by a goat, covering an impressive 118 feet. Just let that sink in. A goat that can skateboard better than most humans. Then there's Zach the macaw, who opened 35 canned drinks in 1 minute. I struggle to open one can without spilling, so I'm particularly impressed by this feathered friend. Not to be outdone, Apollo the African gray parrot identified 12 different objects in just 3 minutes, showing off incredible intelligence that's earned him millions of fans on TikTok. And if you thought basketball was just for humans, Binny the bunny would disagree. This remarkable rabbit holds the record for the most basketball slam dunks in 1 minute, successfully dunking a mini basketball 7 times. That's right, a dunking bunny. What's your excuse for not making it to the NBA now? Food-related records take unusual to a whole new level. Sumaya Khan from Bangladesh broke the record for eating the most rice grains in 1 minute using chopsticks. Her final count? 37 individual grains. Inspired by her love for Korean culture, she faced the challenge of preventing tiny grains from sticking to her chopsticks while racing against the clock. That's precision eating at its finest. For those with stronger stomachs, Yusuke Yamaguchi from Japan ate an entire raw onion in just 29.56 seconds. I'm tearing up just thinking about it. And then there's the legendary Joey Chestnut, who devoured an unbelievable 83 hot dogs in 10 minutes. That's more than 8 hot dogs per minute. I don't even want to think about how he felt afterward. You might be surprised to learn that some of the weirdest records from the past have actually been discontinued. The very first Guinness Book of Records in 1954 featured Paul Lauterbach, who kept a tobacco pipe lit for nearly 2 hours. That record category no longer exists due to health concerns, probably for the best. Similarly, records for gluttony and heaviest pets have been discontinued to discourage unhealthy behaviors in both humans and animals. Even Himi, once recognized as the world's heaviest cat at nearly 47 pounds, had his category removed to prevent people from overfeeding their pets. Some things are just better left in the past. But group records? Those are still going strong and getting weirder by the year. The record for the largest gathering of people dressed as Smurfs has been broken multiple times. In 2020, over 3,500 people in France ignored coronavirus warnings to break this record, proving that nothing, not even a global pandemic, can stop people from painting themselves blue for a place in history. For the romantics out there, 463 couples set the record for the most people eating a single piece of spaghetti simultaneously, Lady and the Tramp style. And if you prefer underwater activities, 62 people in Thailand created the largest underwater human pyramid. Even rubber chickens have their place in the record books, with 925 participants taking part in the largest rubber chicken toss in Michigan. Some records seem impossible to maintain, like Lee Redmond's longest fingernails, which reached a combined length of over 28 feet before she lost them in a car accident in 2009. Her record stood until Diana Armstrong broke it with even longer nails. The dedication required to maintain such extraordinary features is mind-boggling. Imagine not being able to type, drive, or even scratch an itch normally for years. Even the title of oldest dog ever has faced controversy. Bobby, a Portuguese dog initially recognized as the oldest at 31 years, had his title revoked due to verification concerns. The previous record holder, Bluey, an Australian cattle dog who lived to 29 years, reclaimed the title. These stories remind us that behind every weird record is a real story of dedication, passion, and sometimes a bit of controversy. So what makes someone wake up one day and decide to balance spoons on their body or collect thousands of rubber ducks? I think it's that universal desire to be remembered for something. Anything, even if it's bizarre. These record holders remind us that excellence comes in all forms, even the strangest ones. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the weird world of records, hit that like button right now. Seriously, do it while you're thinking about it. And if you want to see more content about the strangest achievements humanity has to offer, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. I'm constantly researching the weirdest facts you've never heard of, and I'd love to share them with you first. What's the strangest talent you have that could be a world record? Let me know in the comments below, and maybe we'll feature it in the next video. Thanks for watching, and remember, being normal is overrated anyway.